You driving?
Some Plan Bs are smarter than others. If you're drinking, don't drive. RBT means you need a Plan B. Authorised by New South Wales Government, Sydney.
Well, Michael, not quite enough runs yesterday to give yourself a real good show, winning. You just about got there.
I thought it was enough runs, to be honest, Mal, on that wicket. Day 4 wicket, deterioration, bit of spin as we've seen later on in the day. Just don't think we executed well enough with the ball throughout today, especially our first session. I think they got close to 120 runs in that first session on a day 4 wicket. It's been quite hard to score on throughout the game. Probably didn't set the day up well enough.
And you seem to be limping around. Is that something new or something old?
Just a little bit stiff and sore. But yeah, no, I'm fine. I'll be fine. We've got a few days before the next Shield game, so hopefully I'll be ready to go for Victoria.
How confident are you to play the next game?
Extremely. I think I'll be fine. Like I say, we've got a few days before. I think we fly down Tuesday morning, so ready to go for Wednesday.
Alex Doolan's on the short list of candidates for the tests. How do you think
he played very well. That was a fantastic innings, there's no doubt about it, and played a huge part in getting Tasmania home. So it deserves a lot of credit. I thought he batted with great patience, but played his natural game, and that was a very good innings, that's for sure.
So does that keep him squarely in the frame for a possible test board?
Well, again, I'm not a selector, but if any selectors were watching that innings, I think it's certainly got to help him. That's for sure. He played a really good innings, but the other side of that is he helped his team win. Batting on the 4th day wicket, to be able to play with so much freedom, and I guess the patience he's shown. Like I said, it's certainly done him plenty of favours, I would imagine.
Were you surprised at the reprimand for the take?
They're the rules, I guess, so I got to cop it on the chin.
Was it just a joke, or was it like just a...
Yeah, it was a joke at the time, yeah. Well, Smitty and I were having a laugh, but it's probably not a joke now, so yeah, that's the way it goes. A slap on the wrist and it won't happen again.
What about Dave Warner, Michael? Not many runs this game, but how's his attitude during the week, and how did you see him?
No, Davey's been good. He obviously would have liked a few more runs like all of us, but no, he's been great around the group. He's working hard, and hopefully can make a few against the Vicks.
Would you like to see him in the first test side? Not a selector, I know, but
it's funny, every time I comment on an individual player, it seems to be back page news, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not that silly. Again, anyway, I've been silly enough. Yeah, look, I just hope I hope all the guys are making runs, so the selectors have got an extremely tough job ahead of them to work out what they feel is the best 11. But yeah, Davey's been great around the group, and like I say, I don't think he's far away from making a few runs.
And there are obviously a few contenders for the opening spot, so the competition is pretty strong, isn't it?
Well, I think for those 6 batting spots, I think there's a lot of competition at the moment, which is a good thing. I think that's what we've been after for a long time. If guys are making runs at state cricket, it's going to help the Australian team. It's going to keep putting pressure on all the players to make sure you're performing well at the highest level. Otherwise, somebody will take your spot. So yeah, it's a good problem to have.
And I know you're not a selector, but Lino
Lino
got 3 late wickets and Fawad got 6 in the first innings against WA. How tight's that contest for the spinner spot?
That'll be a very good question for Johnny Verity, Mal. I think it's a real positive sign for us that both guys are taking wickets. Yeah, going to be interesting to see what happens, but I think the more wickets both of them can take, the more they're pushing for selection, that's for sure, in that first test match.
So is it simply a matter of wickets, or is it more to take into account than that?
I would imagine there'll be more taken into account than that, but I think performance, as Darren Lehman's come out and said, as a selector, that performance is going to dictate who gets an opportunity. So, yeah, I think there's always more taken into consideration, but I think that's a great way to be in the front of the selectors' minds if you can make sure you're performing as well as you can be.
Michael, sorry to ask about your back, but today, to get through the whole day when you seem to be limping in a bit of discomfort, is it important for you to sort of push yourself, I suppose, through the day? And,
once you take the field, once I start the game, I'm there to play the game. So no matter what happens, I wasn't coming off the field today, but my back's completely fine, and yeah, obviously I've got to see how I pull up tomorrow, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's got through my first hit. That was the first time I've faced any bowlers, whether that been in the nets or in the game. this game, so that's a real positive for me. And then to be able to field for a couple of days as well and pull up okay is a real good sign.